At 3:14 hours on July 28, 2025, deep within the contested Volhyhar-Donetsk corridor, a chill hangs in the pre-dawn air. On a forgotten stretch of railway, a Russian logistics train, designation 73B Lima, snakes its way toward the front. Its 14 cars carry a lethal cargo. 8 tankers with 640 tons of diesel, 4 boxcars filled with 122mm Grad rockets, and 2 heavily shielded cars whose true purpose is known only to a select few in Moscow. The train's crew, lulled by the rhythmic clatter of the wheels, believes they are protected by the formidable LER-3 electronic warfare umbrella, operating 25 kilometers to their east. They are catastrophically wrong. For the past 112 hours, a mosaic of intelligence from partisan networks and NATO satellite imagery has been pieced together by Ukraine's GUR. They know this isn't just a fuel run. 42 kilometers away, nestled in a hardened subterranean bunker, operators from the elite Peregrine group of the SSO make their final checks. On their monitors, the faint thermal glow of the train is a ghostly white serpent sliding through a landscape of cool blues and purples. This is the culmination of weeks of planning, and tonight's operation is unlike any other. The objective is not just to destroy a train, but to decapitate a burgeoning Russian advantage before it can even take root. The tools for this decapitation are a symphony of bespoke aerial lethality. Providing overwatch from an altitude of 5,000 meters is the Aura-8, a custom-built Ukrainian reconnaissance hexacopter. Its stabilized gimbal houses a FLIR Boson Plus 640 thermal core and a custom optical lens assembly providing up to 120x hybrid zoom. Its extended duration battery pack gives it a 75-minute loiter time, more than enough for the task ahead. But the real teeth of the operation are the 5 attack drones. 4 of them are still at 7 FPV quadcopters. These are not commercial drones, they are purpose-built weapons. Built on lightweight carbon fiber frames, they are driven by powerful brushless motors, allowing them to reach terminal velocities exceeding 180 kilometers per hour. Each carries a PG-7VR tandem charge warhead, a 4.2 kilogram device designed to defeat reactive armor. The precursor charge detonates to strip away any initial defense, allowing the main 105mm shaped charge to penetrate up to 600mm of rolled homogeneous armor. On the thin skin of a fuel tanker, it's monumental overkill. The 5th drone, the queen on this chessboard, is codenamed Cable 1. It's larger, slower, and infinitely more valuable. Unspooling behind it, glistening faintly even in the low light, is a 42-kilometer-long strand of microfiber optic cable. This tether, just 9 microns in diameter, makes the drone immune to radio frequency jamming and spoofing. It transmits uncompressed 4K video and receives control inputs with 0 latency, creating an unbreakable link between the operator and the weapon. Its payload is a specialized thermobaric warhead, designed not just to penetrate, but to incinerate everything within a confined space. Its target is the 11th car in the train, a windowless, reinforced container that intelligence suggests holds a new generation Akula C4 ISTR mobile command and control system. Taking it out would blind an entire sector of the front for weeks. 0317 hours. The lead reconnaissance pilot, call sign Viking, paints to targets for the FPV operators. Viking to Reaper flight, confirming target acquisition. Train speed is constant at 55 kilometers per hour. Wind is negligible. Reaper 1 and 2, your targets were fuel cars 2 and 3. Reaper 3 and 4, you were assigned boxcars 6 and 7, the Grad munitions. Initiate attack sequence on my mark. Orion, hold your position. Wait for the fireworks to begin before you engage the primary. In the bunker, 4 operators known as the Reaper flight don their FPV goggles. The world dissolves into a grainy, high-speed digital feed. Reaper 1, engaging. Reaper 2, engaging. The first two still at 7 drones peel away from their holding pattern, accelerating into a steep dive. Their flight controllers, running a heavily modified Betaflight firmware, provide gyroscopic stabilization that makes them brutally effective weapons platforms. The Russian train rolls on, completely oblivious. The LER-3 system is active, bathing the region in disruptive RF energy, but it's looking for traditional radio signatures, blind to the FPV drone's frequency-hopping spread spectrum technology that cycles through 1,600 channels per second across the 1.2, 2.4, and 5.8 GHz bands. 0319 hours. The terminal phase is a blur of motion. The ground rushes up to meet the drone's camera.
The operator of Reaper 1 makes a final, minute adjustment, aiming for the center mass of the second fuel car. The impact is instantaneous and apocalyptic. The PG-7 VRS tandem charge functions perfectly. The precursor charge flashes, followed a millisecond later by the main charge. A jet of molten copper, traveling at over 8,500 meters per second and heated to over 3,000 degrees Celsius, vaporizes a path through the 16mm steel wall. The superheated jet atomizes the diesel fuel inside, and the resulting fuel-air mixture detonates in a cataclysmic fireball that blossoms into the night sky, engulfing the car and searing the one behind it. 2 seconds later, Reaper 2 strikes car number 4. A second identical explosion rips through the convoy. The shock waves combine, a destructive interference pattern that peels the steel walls of the cars open like tin cans. The train's interconnected ventilation system, a feature designed for safety, becomes a conduit for flaming destruction, channeling vaporized burning fuel down the line. Viking to all stations, 2 good hits on fuel cars. They are burning. Reaper 3 and 4, you are cleared to engage. The next 2 FPV drones dive, their targets the boxcars containing the Grad rockets. This is the most dangerous part of the plan. Reaper 3 approaching target 6, Reaper 4 on final for target 7. Reaper 3 impacts the 6th car. The shaped charge punches through, and for a terrifying second, nothing happens. Then the munitions inside cook off. The boxcar doesn't just explode, it disintegrates in a shower of white-hot shrapnel and secondary explosions as dozens of rockets detonate simultaneously. The blast wave derails the surrounding cars, sending them scraping and screeching off the tracks. 0321 hours, then this happened. As Reaper 4 lines up its shot on the 7th car, the entire electronic landscape changes. An alarm screams through the Ukrainian command bunker. Contact, new emitter, high power, short range, it's on the train. He's flying manually, relying on skill and instinct, the uncompressed 4K video feed giving him a crystal clear view of the hellscape ahead. He emerges from the tree line into the cavern of fire and smoke. The heat-distorted air buffets the drone, but its heavy frame and powerful motors keep it stable. Through the shimmering curtain of flame, he sees it. Car 11, the reinforced Akula module. The Panzer, its turret still oriented away from him, is just 2 cars behind it. He has seconds. He doesn't aim for the center. He aims for the ventilation housing on the roof, a known vulnerability from technical schematics. The drone surges forward, a silent, tethered ghost amidst the roaring inferno. The Panzer's radar finally acquires a clean lock. An alarm sounds in its cabin. The turret begins to swing around, the barrels of its autocannons hungry. It is too late. 0324 hours. The Cabal 1 drone impacts the roof of the Akula module with surgical precision. The thermobarkate warhead functions as designed. The initial charge pierces the roof, and the main charge disperses a fine mist of explosive fuel into the container's interior. A secondary charge ignites it. The result is not a conventional explosion, but a sustained, high-pressure, high-temperature blast that expands in every direction. The internal temperature flashes to 2,800 degrees Celsius. The overpressure wave finds every seam and weld in the armored car and annihilates them, turning the multi-million-dollar C4 ISTR system and its crew into vaporized atoms. The car swells outward for a microsecond before ripping itself apart. In the Ukrainian bunker, a heavy silence is broken by a single shaken exhale. Then cheers erupt. If you're interested by these videos, make sure to watch our latest just here and tell us where are you watching.